Hello, dear. So, a quick truth talk around self-realization. With self-realization, as we allow the ego, the mind, and the personality to dissolve back into source, if I can call it that, it's important to remember that you are that very source which you are dissolving back into. You see, you lose no thing. The personality doesn't lose anything because it's melting back into its own source where it has arisen from. It's like a wave melting and collapsing back into the ocean, as a wave is simply the entire ocean in motion. And every single person, every single being has access to this at any time. We simply allow ourselves to be, to recognize this pure being, not as an objectified thing, because the mind can only understand once it objectifies things. So this is not something that goes through a cognitive recognition. This is not a cognitive recognition. This is something beyond or even before the mind. Because before the mind, you still existed. So, evaporating all the borders of some sorts, because even they are an illusion. First, you know you exist. This is the first and primal fact. And then after that, experiences can arise. So thoughts, beliefs, habits, all come from the knowing that you exist. First, something exists. And then from there, the knowing of that can flow. So this self-realization is always at your disposal. Yet, it's most often neglected, forgotten, or disregarded because the narrator in our mind is so good at what it does. It is so good at keeping the energy and attention attracted to the distraction of this realization. This can be explained by understanding the mind-body construct. So we are not here to completely push it away. And some teachings, it might sound like that's what they want to do, but they just want to break the trance that the narrator have put the awareness and the pure conscious being in. So the mind looks for energy effective ways to operate, using the least amount of energy possible to optimize the way that it perceives the world. So from there, most things are automatized, which is a great thing, because if we have to learn how to open up a door and that it uses a key or what the key is for every single day, that's not an efficient way to live our lives. How does it do this? It does this by finding consistency and validity. So notice that this consistency and validity doesn't mean that it's truth. This is also what we regard as something that is true, because yes, something that's truth is never changing. Something that is true is always whole and complete. So when the narrator in the mind is looking for truth, it's looking for consistency and validity. But it does give a range of slight adjustments, which it just sweeps under the cover. So these two are for the mind truth. And then the security guards of the conscious mind goes, yep, okay, this is true. Let it sink into the subconscious mind. So this agreement allows new pathways, new neurons to fire and form together, which results in this information penetrating into the subconscious mind. And now this is an automatic system. So please notice self-realization, just how effortless you are listening, just how effortless you are breathing without trying to manipulate the breath. This is how effortless self-realization is. The only thing obstructing self-realization is the ego, the mind, the narrator, your roommate in your inner space, trying to convince you otherwise. Thank you for listening. Looking forward to hear your perspectives on this. Namaste, dear one.